All right, good afternoon, everyone. It is 1:21 Eastern Time, September 10th, 2025. And I got on my Reddit, uh, on one of the Reddit posts, on Reddit, the blog post or whatever it is, forum, I guess it would be. I was asked, how do I get my levels? You just got to really look at the chart, right? Blue, according to the candles here, buyers had control, and red, sellers have control. So just the basics. This is 9:30. You got more blue or more red? Looks like more blue to me. What were the bigger candles? Red. Okay, so you got red. What levels did they break? Well, we broke the VWAP, right? And we broke the 9 EMA. All right. How high, how low did we go? Well, we made a low of, let's say, 104, 105 even. It's important. Even numbers and halves, which are 50s, like 0.50, they're big. Okay? That's a big deal. Big money, who controls pretty much the market, likes to deal in zeros and fives. It's very easy for math. Very easy to keep track of trades. Not all the time. Majority of the time, you'll see some significant moves. Yeah, a little tongue-tied there. So, what is the market doing? Well, the market right now is up 27 points. So, yeah, this is good. So, from the open, 13, 27 should be 30, 40, 42, 41. Okay, we're at the high there. Makes sense. Okay, now, where were we from the close of yesterday? The close yesterday was here, 6,012.25, and we opened about 1.25 points above, right? We came back down, buyers came back up, and then from that point on, it was off to the races. So this is at 11:30. Okay, not 11:31, not 11:29. All right, between 11:30 and 11:35. At 12:30. Nothing. Very small candle, not a lot of volume. All right, so we have identified that. Now, let's identify where the volume came in. Well, this is a huge candle, right? And we had a bunch of selling come in, and we also had a bunch of buying. So I would say this is slightly bearish. Because we kind of, this is probably 50% right here of the candle, maybe here, right? So if we closed above, let's say, this area, I would say it would be bullish. Right? But this next candle was the tell. This is over 50% of the candle. So if we took this piece of candle and we just moved it here, okay, the buyers pretty much came up here pretty fast, right? Now that's a bullish candle because even though this is a bearish candle to most, to me, if you close above the 50% mark, it's bullish, right? And with that big volume, you could probably think in your head, you know what? Either if it was a fake out or this is a true candle. A big volume on a big candle, that's a real candle. Take a look at this candle and this volume, right? Which is about maybe half of this candle. You take this candle and move it here. This is not significant volume compared to this candle. This is maybe a little less than a half. But this candle is way smaller than this candle. All right? Then you take a look to the right, to the left, and say, all right, where are we? Well, we're going to break a little high in the price action. Okay? There's a little swing high right before the low, before we lost pricing. Lost pricing. When we had a little more sellers, candles were more relevant. All right, so that's your swing high. That's the highest point before the move down. This one is the lowest point before the move up. So these are swings. So you look at the swings. These are areas where the price action reversed. Doesn't mean it's always going to reverse or continue to reverse. There are instances where you may have a down candle and then a push up. A down candle, a little push up, but this was the tell that selling possibly could come on. You got all these sellers, buyers came up, and then sellers took over. If you take a look at the profile here, most with short volume profile traders, and this is good to know if you're not a volume profile traders, are looking to fade the edges of the profile. You see the big area here? They're looking to fade into here. So if you did do that and you faded into here, you may take a little heat, but look at that candle. That would have been your day. If you did it right, you could probably just at 11:30, take the rest of the day off. That'll make you daily right there. Yeah, so that's basically it. That's a little theory. As far as what we're doing right now, these are 5-minute candles. We're below the 9 EMA. These are 1-minute candles. We're below the 9 EMA. We take a look at the volume. Volume over the last candle just came up a little bit up here. Doesn't mean it's buying, it's selling, but we are becoming a little bullish. Now we're bearish. Once we get about 50%, we could start like maybe right about here. If we close here and we get a little push of volume, we could probably come up a little bit. All right, so this area here is 35.25. If we go here, 35.25 is right here. Now we have a whole bunch of point of controls. We do have a bunch of selling here, and this is all getting more selling imbalances, right? I haven't really seen too many buying imbalances. This is one here, and here's one, all right? But in order to really make it this valid, is we would need to come up above and then see if we could hold support at the buying imbalance. If we can, that may be good, maybe a kind of a reversal at that point. So now we're making lower low, right? We're coming up to another low here, right? We'll up that low. This was support at a level about right here. And take this right now. We still have 3 minutes or almost 4 minutes left of this candle. This candle got another minute. We take a look at the low here, and we see if we're making any more lows. Now we're going to look for some trap. Now that we're getting closer to here, I'm going to load up, and I'm going to look for sellers that are going to be trapped. Right? So I'm not expecting huge moves with these little candles either. Maybe a point. All right? So sometimes you say, hey, it may not be worth it to take a point. But I'm scalping, right? So if I feel that I can make a point with potential of going up, I'm going to take it. You have to figure out what kind of trader you want to be and how you want to approach it from a risk management part. And that should be the first thing you learn, even before you learn a trade. It should be risk management. Keep your, see right now what happened here is we went here, a very small candle, very insignificant, right? We're getting a little bit back and we're getting a little bit, but the little pushes. I'm going to look for my buying imbalance, which is here. I'm going to look for my selling imbalance, which is here. Here's another selling imbalance right here. Selling imbalance, right? And we came back down. Selling imbalances. We're blowing that off right now. We got a buying imbalance here. We just came down. I'm going to go long right here. So I'm in it. Now, realistically, we don't have the buying imbalance anymore. That means the sellers came in, right? We do have possibly some support here. And that's about half of where my stop is. So we have about a 1-to-3 ratio between delta and volume, but we're losing it. We're not getting many sellers back. So now we take a look here. We had 161 sellers with only 33 buyers. We'll see if we break this level. So yeah, I'm looking at this candle, but I'm also looking at the candles to the left. Okay? Still within the value area. Couple of buying imbalances, but no sellers came by. We jumped down pretty fast here on low volume. We got a selling imbalance. Possibility we could go up from here, but we're still a couple of selling imbalances here. That means that the sellers we had a lot of sellers here. Candles telling me that the sellers weren't able to move further down. They came back in before. So this is right in this area here. There's a low of this candle, a selling imbalance. We have a point of control. We have a little selling imbalance here. If we could clear this mess, there should be nothing preventing us from coming back up with all these buying imbalances. We have buyers up here. If they're still long, they may be adding to their positions. All right, we got some here. They could have been adding here, adding here. So we're just going to make kind of base hits. I'd like to see us come to about 3575, 3600. We have all this consolidation, so we can't be greedy. So I'm going to take that. That was 1 point. If you're trading the mini, that's $50 right there. Okay? If you're trading the micros, it's $5. I trade the micros, but I also compound, right? So once I make, and I won't do that here when I'm recording, right? But if my subscribers come up, maybe get 1,000 subscribers, I'll do a couple of trading ways that I do when I go ahead and really trade, when I compound. And you'll see that profits come up pretty quick. I don't always, when I'm recording, it's going to be one contract. I may go 2 contracts. We'll see. But when I'm trading multiple contracts, still talking in my own head, not really out loud. So it's kind of difficult to do and keep track. When I have big money on the line, I communicate with myself a lot differently. It's a little weird, but I do. Right now, $5 a point. If I lose $5, $10, $20, it's okay. It's not going to break me. When I'm dealing with 5 contracts at a shot, 10 contracts at a shot, I'm not comfortable enough to talk and also trade, especially when I'm scaling in and out. Wouldn't be able to do play-by-play. That could change, if I get subscription level up and maybe try to monetize this and let, YouTube pay for it, or Google or whatever, then okay. I use that money to help teach you. Right now, you should be getting some decent information out of what I'm posting. Enough for at least beginners, maybe some intermediate traders who want to get their feet wet to do what I'm doing. Just one contract and learning Orderflow. At least you have a little bit of skin in the game. You'll learn. You won't take it for granted. There's good money to be made here. All right, so we got like a double bottom here, right? Which is, and we have, pretty much a candle, if you price action, that you would go kind of long here. We're at 33.50. All right, so we don't know, like I said, with 50s and zeros, remember that, accumulation distribution. But this will probably be something that you could probably go into. I would at 34.0, and I'm going to put that trade in at 34.0 because we did have a bunch of buyers here. All right, so I could go here and hopefully we get a punch out, and we also have a diversion, right? Positive delta, negative candle. Positive. All right, so now 134. Let's take a look at this side since we're going long. And then we want to see if sellers are selling into here, which it didn't before. So I'm not really concerned with this yet. We got a big seller here, but we're at a low. The candle. 96.20. This number got to come up. This negative delta, this is a very small delta. We're not in a trade yet. Divergence. Negative delta. Got a little bit of resistance right here at 33.50. Unable to get that. So if we could pop a little higher, maybe come back down to 33.25, then come back up. 34.75. I think that'll be a point. I think we could probably go further with the momentum, but we need to have volume. 800, 700, 300. Some selling imbalances here. So it could drop. Selling imbalances, more. They're trapped here. So buyers are going to start to come in. This number is going to get more positive. That just became the POC. Sellers met it, and now it's going down a little bit. You got 138 buyers here. All right, we'll take a look at the candles here. This candle, there's really no stopping it from getting lower. So this candle here is pretty significant. We're going to kind of see the numbers. We're at a step in the profile right here. Delta is building. This is where all the selling imbalances were. I want to clear all of these because these were respected. We went below. This would be resistance. Below it. Now we're above it. We're getting more buyers coming in. The move right here. So we just popped over it. I could probably take a little bit of heat here, but being that I have the point of control, right here, and I got sort of like a step in the profile right here. I think that could probably do about a point and a half. We'll see. That looked good. You had that little bit of positive delta, went to negative, then quickly shifted. Retail will probably start coming in right about my my entry. Significant level here. We went up from here. So we this area right here. And we got some support. So that's good. But we need to make the push above. 500, we need to get about 500 here. 100 right now, 431, 440, 450. All right, they're coming in. I mean, they're coming in small, but at least they're coming in. Buyers or sellers, I don't care. I just want to see volume. I prefer to see a little bit of selling and then see what the buyers are doing. There's a little selling. We had a little bit of buying. Selling right off the bat with the 20 imbalance. That's good. See if we hold this low. 5 returning 0 with this is looking good. Negative delta right here. Not much. We have a profile step right here at 31. Even. All within the same range of volume. Take a look to the left. Right here, we had a bunch of selling imbalances. There's nothing coming back right now. That's good. We got a bunch of sellers, but no imbalances. So that means that buyers are still here. Okay, that just went up a couple more. We're above this little ledge, which wasn't really much to really think about. But in here, we had some volume. We had 100 buyers here, and we came back down. All right, we did make a lower high and a lower low. We're right in the middle of the candle. All right, these, well, I was going to say that these sellers were getting tapped out, but they're not. So we have two-way trading here. We have buying imbalance right here. See if we can stay above it. $120 sellers. So these sellers are getting trapped. We still may come down a little bit. Starting to build a little more delta here. Got a bunch of buying imbalances. We'll see if they hold. Bunch of sellers in here. They're trying to grab people to sell. We got a buyer up in here. There's a buyer sitting right here. Let's see if this number here increases substantially. This one right here. We went from 18 to 23 to 24 to 30 to 25. I thought that was 35. To 28. 43, 9. Buying imbalance. Now I know what my next move is going to be if I get out here, which I am going to be in 2 seconds. I didn't expect that at all. I didn't expect that pump. Good right there. So we had 100 right here. So yeah, the expectation would be to get at least to my delta number. This I don't like. We need to see this come above this number here. There's not enough volume. There you go. He popped right to it. Okay. So we're still in the game. Still in the game. Very small numbers here. I think the break below here, I'm not going to move my stop. It's going to signal a push up. Because this is really where the resistance is. All right. So order filled. I took an L going long right here. And I'm going to possibly move this. For momentum. All right, they're really not buying into this level. So our next level is below. Buying into this level. Not buying into this level either. $132, no one's coming back. 104 back. Okay, they're starting to buy it up. Starting to accumulate a little bit. Starting to look good here. See if this number comes down a little bit. 53. Oh, wow. Got a bunch of negative delta. So you had a bunch of sellers in here. So I'm going to go long one tick below. Bunch of sellers. Now look. Buyers are back. Bunch of negative delta. We got a divergence. So I'm going to go long right here. It's 1-to-2 ratio. I think I'm at a good position here. Up. Good negative delta number. Always do that. Got my hotkeys enabled. Showing good good support here. Buyers started coming right back in. Small numbers compared to what we had here. Could go any way. Right here, you see right in this number? There's nothing. There's nothing here compared to this. And then you got all the buying and the selling in here. So there's a little manipulation. Dropped a little bit. We got a selling imbalance. Came back up again. All that buying just came in. So we're looking good from this point. Consistent volume here. $75, we're not going any lower. 75 is not a substantial number. It's small compared to 108. We have 41 here. We have 90 now. That's looking good. Good. This is still building. 135. So we had a little selling come in, which is the top of this candle. Now, if we put these candles together, it's bullish. Candle here, right here, it's bullish. I'd like to see if we could clear it with that 100 right here. This will be nice. Nice trade at 33. That'd be a decent move for the candles here. Not seeing much. You got some love up here, though. This is good. 137, good. I want to see that. Now we're starting to get screwed. So I'm just going to book whatever I can here. Looks like those buyers were getting shot. So I'm just going to go ahead and looks like we may have some more upside. So I'm going to go ahead and go here. Got a little. Oh, we just dropped the negative delta, but we're getting volume. So I mean that's fine. And it looks like we got a good. Looked like we had a good buyer there. All right, that was nice anyway. All right, made some money there. Anyway, guys, it's 29 minutes into this video. If you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, and comment. This has got a little bit of information in the in the beginning and a little bit of trading, so we got a little bit of both. Yeah, if I could get more subscribers, then what I'll basically do is I'll put more skin in the game. Okay. But I also want to know if this is working out for you. So just give me a comment and say, hey, look, this is working out for me. And that's pretty much it. Because if I'm doing this just to give back. Trading has been good to me. And it doesn't cost me really anything to do this, to provide the education. There are a couple of internet gurus out there. I'm not one of them. I'm just a trader like you. I'm just a retail trader. Just trying to, be profitable and consistent, basically. Not just consistent. The consistency. Once you have the consistency, especially with futures, with the leverage, you could always go up. So some people go, well, can you make a living doing this? Yeah, you can make a very good living. All right, but you got to be consistent in what you're doing. And that's by screen time and looking at actual trades, looking at it happening. I mean, people charge you for this stuff. I don't feel I need to charge anybody personally. But if I could get YouTube to pay for this or Google to pay me a little extra money here to put these videos on for you, and I could use that toward trading and up the up the contract level, in the trading process, because it's a whole completely different ball game when you're using multiple contracts. And I love to do that. I mean, that's great. The scaling in and scaling out, I love doing that. And I do trade outside of recording. So, when I record it, it's usually one contract. Plus I'm talking and explaining. But right now I'm explaining too much. So please like, subscribe, comment, share the videos to friends of yours who may want to get in to learn about Orderflow. And so let's build a community. All right, guys. See you on the next one.